Hey, everybody. Friday edition of Analysis of a Crime with CD. It's been a little bit. I'm sorry for that. Been a little busy with the family. Trying to see. Why isn't it showing me? Oh, there we go. Okay. How's everybody doing? I know it's been a while. I put it up late last week. Got a little background feedback. No, it's been a little while. My apologies. Busy with the family. Long basketball season, coaching, just a lot of stuff going on. Just got back from Florida, and anybody from Florida, I want to know how you deal with those traffic lights there, because it's very intense, very intense. Aspen, what are you doing? You should come up and hang out. You should come up and hang out. You got to bust my chops. I got locked out of my account when the last live was scheduled for security protocol or something from Google. But I'm back. We're going to do at least 2 a week again, get back on top. They do bath salts. Yeah, well, those lights are horrendous. Takes you forever to get anywhere. It's really ridiculous. Really ridiculous stuff. Had a great trip, though. Kids had fun. Walked a crazy amount of mileage. Just a good time. A really good time. Happy to be back, though. Kid's back to school. The dog's doing her circles. She's circling. She hears me talking, so she's circling. What's up, Ray? D? All good. I just came on, D. I was just pulling up some articles I wanted to talk about, so I'm here. Get lost. Dog hears me talking. She thinks I'm talking to just her. Hey, Steph, what's up? Yeah, a lot of people do bath salts these days. Scary stuff, but just a way of life, People are trying to get that high however they can. What's up, Jill? Let me see who's here. Sunny's here. She's busting chops that Aspen's not allowed to come on. I like that. It's pretty funny. Jill, SP, what's up? Tattoo, how are you? Phil, what's up? Mountain Man, I am back. Yes, I am. Big things yesterday with Keegan in court. Pleading guilty to all counts. I think we get out of here. I think it's just his lawyer basically told him, I don't think he's going to get too much time. Maybe do they throw the book at him? Possibly, but maybe he gets a few more years. He already served what, 2.5? Olivia, what's up? Trying to catch up. This chat's popping right now. Oh, my neck is so much better. I mean, I need a surgery, but nothing like what I was dealing with. I couldn't move. Chiropractor worked wonders. Anybody that's against chiropractic, you have no idea. It does help. It really does. It does help big time. My dog's getting jealous, thinking I'm talking to somebody. Yeah, listen, what I saw, right? My daughter loves Taco Bell. So we got back from the parks. It was late. It was almost midnight. So she's like, Dad, will you stop at Taco Bell? So I stopped, not knowing that it was like a DoorDash Taco Bell. So they had tons of orders, people waiting for food. So our food it was going to be like an hour. So I'm like, just go back to the house and have somebody else come pick me up. I wasn't leaving my kids sit in that parking lot. It was bizarre. All right. Some girl walked in with a suitcase, a little dog. She had lipstick around her lips. It wasn't on her lips. It was like around it. It was bananas. Very strange people, just the cast of characters down there in the heat is really funny shit. Really. But I couldn't believe it. The manager, I was talking to the manager, nice guy. I think his name was Benji. Nice guy, but some weird ass people there. Really weird ass people. Yeah, chiropractic, you got to give it time, like he told me when I started going, he's like, this is not something I'm going to fix for you in 2 visits. And it took about 6 weeks, but I feel great. I really do. Thankfully, I'm a lot better. Ray, let me tell you something, man. I never liked Taco Bell up until like a few months ago. I like it now, though. It's pretty good. That Diablo sauce is phenomenal. Yeah, the gator stuff is just, it's out of control. Even the lizards. I don't, when you go to flight, sometimes, from being from New York, you kind of think you're in a different country, from the people to the animals that are roaming. It's very weird. I'll take coyotes over a gator any day of the week. Any day of the week. Say Taco Bell is awesome. See, people like Taco Bell. And, the Crunch Supreme with that Diablo sauce. It just good stuff. I did coach my daughter's basketball team. We were undefeated, 8-0. Great season. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. The girls, they were pretty good basketball players for 11-year-olds. We dominated the whole league. They said the meat comes from the floor and drains at the slaughterhouse. Well, the slaughterhouse floor is clean, so we'll just eat it up. It's okay. Where are you going now? You going to make videos? You're busy. I know you're busy. Frank, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. I know. I get it. You're not getting enough attention. I know. It's the way it goes with you. Frank, man, everything's good. Just been busy. I'm very busy. I've been really busy with the kids and stuff, but I gotta really set a schedule for YouTube because I don't like being gone for a month. Not good. Canned tuna fish. Who's eating that? I'm not a big tuna fish fan, but I like chicken salad. But I don't know. I used to like tuna as a kid, but not really much anymore. You're saying the meat's 8 cents a pound, whatever it is, it's still good. Whatever they do to it. Somebody said that the dog wants to. No, the dog wants my attention. She wants to play fetch. We've already done it twice. Don't worry. She gets enough exercise every day. Yeah, I'm gonna pop on to crime scene, the courtrooms, just for I could be on for like maybe 40 minutes or so. I got to pick my little guy up after that, but yeah, I will be on for a bit. So what's everybody been up to? What do we want to talk about? I know what I'm going to talk about. What does everybody want to talk about? Let me know. Let me know what's going on. What have I missed? There's always something you miss in true crime. Things get crazy. People start fighting. It's the way it goes. You caught Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre pissing around. Ray's got a good sense of humor. Get out of here. Yeah, she's gonna have to get locked down in a minute because she's gonna just get worse. She's got her ball that has like a string on it, and it's right on the floor. She's waiting for me to grab it. What's up, Vince? Yeah, no, my beard's long. I gotta hack it down, and I got a new computer that's very bright, and it's like blinding me. I got a MacBook Pro. New MacBook Pro. Needed a new computer, and one of my other issues was I got an iPad Pro, and I need to like delete it and restart it, and I'm not doing that. I got too many things on it, but it won't let me access YouTube. I don't know. Somebody tried to hack my account, and it crapped out my iPad. So it's like anytime I go on it, it'll let me get on, then it shuts it down, then it locks my account for 24 hours for a security risk. That's funny. What's up? Yeah, no, I feel bad. I don't like to be gone for a month. It's just things. It's a lot of juggling, juggling. It's like that every day I'm shuffling song. I'm just bouncing around. Always got things going on. And Sonny, asking you with StreamYard, doesn't it bother you that the messages don't come up fast enough? They come up faster on your phone. That's why I look on my phone a lot. They're just faster. There it is. Come here. You can show everybody what you got. This is what she has. And she just wants to play. Get out of here. Stop it. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to give me 1 second. Let me lock her down so we can get going because she's not gonna stop. It's the way it goes. She she is full of energy, man. Nobody would understand it. Yeah, every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. I say shuffling. Isn't that one? That's like the edited version. I'm just bouncing around. I'm busy, man. I don't like being. Honestly, I don't like being this busy, but it's always something. Mhm. You have a different font. I don't. I can't see it. Maybe it's on the. Maybe it's in the chat. I don't know. Yeah, Adam. It's just busy, man. It is. It's kind of crazy being this busy. I don't like it every day, but you got to do it. My kids are busy. My daughter starts soccer today. It's like, oh, travel soccer. Thank God I don't coach that because I coach enough. You guys could swear in the chat. I'm not like that. Got my coffee, 2 shots of espresso in it. It's like juice of the gods coffee. Oh, that was quick. She had to go lock down for a little bit because it was going to get aggressive. She was going to start jumping on my shoulder. It's like she thinks I'm teasing her by ignoring her. I'm trying to do something. Anything Idaho for it? Yeah, it's not man. It's very interesting what's going on with that. The Brady. What that was. It could be nothing, but it could be something. We're just not going to know, and we're not going to know for a little while either, which sucks. But we won't know. We won't know definite what's going to go on with that. I saw she had on the other day. She had the pastor who runs like the prisons, and who goes in, but he doesn't go in. So he really didn't have much to offer on Banfield the other night. I can't watch it anymore. She's just all for views. Too much, too much, too much for views and clicks, and she's like a YouTube channel more so than a news station. She's like her in the Daily Mail nonsense. Yeah, look how far back this chat is. This is ridiculous. What's up, Mark? It is true. Keegan pled guilty yesterday, all charges. I think it's May 18th. He'll be in court for sentencing. That's going to be interesting. And he looked fatter than ever. He was fat yesterday. That man has not missed a snack or meal since he's been in Miami County Jail. He is round, man. Girth on that gut. It is. Wow. Spiced up in orange. He is a mess. What a mess. Keegan is a disaster, and everybody knows it. Disaster. He's a big boy. He is. I think Keegan 8 is not guilty plea. He is. I can't believe how. I mean, you're in jail. What just happened here? Hold on. Why did that just knock me down? Why is my computer is ringing when my phone rings? That's not good. Got to figure that one out. I hope that didn't knock my camera off. It just knocked me off the screen. But yeah, what's going to come of his sentencing? That's the question. I mean, to plead outright, this is his first time having a criminal record. I mean, let's see how it goes. Somehow I'm single and he's not. That is awesome. Yeah, Keegan, he is telling you he's not missing a meal. He is not missing a meal in there. Somebody's pumping money on his card because he is snacking it up. That boy is snacking it up. I was on. I added it in the community. You guys make sure you're in the community page because I always put a lot of stuff there. And I was on Sunny's and I talked about it. I thought nothing was connected, and I believe they said nothing's connected too. I don't think it has anything to do with the other. But you know, is it good to check up on, like, the police force that was handling Stevenson's case? Yeah, but nothing to it. Nothing to it. Supposedly they're saying that he lost weight, Sparks. That Koberger lost weight, but not 100%. I don't know. They're probably cooking his food in some beef tallow without him knowing. Who cares about his diet? It's so crazy. You're in jail. You're in jail waiting on trial for killing 4 kids, and you get to have your diet. Bananas. Yeah, round as he is tall. I think he might be rounder than he is tall. I mean, look, honestly, the height thing with him just doesn't look right. It doesn't. He. I told you, to me, he looked 5'10" to 6 feet tops. He didn't look over that. I've seen pictures with him next to female family members and stuff from parties, and he didn't look that tall. So I don't know. He's a mess. Yeah, well, I think he's got more than face pimples. He had some kind of fungi growing on his face for a while. Yeah, Mountain Man, Missy Beaver's case is an odd one. I mean, we could go over, the security footage and stuff one day. I have no problem doing that. Who do you think took the picture in court? I don't know. Was it JLR, your buddy? You seem to like talking about that man. Stacking and whacking. Yeah, I'm telling you, man is not missing a meal. He's getting the ramen noodle boxes. He's getting everything he can, and people are paying for it. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Kind of crazy that he's able to get everything he wants because people want to talk to him. But we can even go into what happened in Tennessee, tragedy the other day. 3 kids, 3 teachers. I criticized for Texas last year for Uvalde how it was the biggest failure in police history. Absolutely was. And what you saw with the body cam footage is what you're trained to do. They did an amazing job. Amazing job. Went in, got him, got her, and it was amazing. Hell of a job. And mental health needs to be talked about. It's not just the GUNs. It's more than that. There's a lot to play with what goes on, and mental health. Mental health was frowned upon up until what 7, 8 years ago. Really, you know, very important. People's mental health, feeling good. It's important stuff. No, I'm not using any kind of skincare. Mm-mm. My kids are sucking the life out of me slowly. That's what they're doing. No, my kids are good. My middle one, not so much, but he's me. Yeah, you name a kid after you, and they are you. And I'm getting major payback at the child I was because he is like me but spicier. Stefan, no, I'm not taking it that way. It was funny. I think it's this the new computer I got. MacBook Pro 16, thing's badass. It's bright as hell, and I think it's giving me a suntan right now. That might be what it's doing. Plus, it was in Florida. The beard's got to get hit with a buzzer. I just yesterday I was exhausted. 3 kids in Florida for a week. Wow, wow. Sorry, I was typing when you were talking about Brian Radical. What do you got? Tell me what you got. Yeah, you know, eh, he's tough, man. He is tough. You know, he has no problem trying to hit me where it hurts. They didn't just respond well. They did exactly what you're trained to do. And a lot of times you won't see that, but even seeing the push at the door, that is what you're supposed to do. It's a like it's a positivity touch. You're letting the person in front of you know, I got your back. I'm here, and that you're going into gunfire, man. They had no idea what was going to be around that bend, and you saw the guy with the AR take the wide angle and perfectly placed shot. You know, sucks, but sucks that the person could have been helped prior when she sent those messages. It just there wasn't enough time. That's what it seems like. Now you're leaving? Okay. It's funny. Jody, that's why I thought I saw the middle finger there. If it was, it would be all good. Don't worry. I don't take offense to it. I get told that when I used to be at work, it's things that people have said to me. You have no idea. I'm assuming D, you're talking about Keegan's beard. It's a mess. Guy's a mess. He is a mess. But that shows you, he turned into that mess by living within the walls of his room and obsessing over contacting, yeah, are young and manipulating them and just sitting there eating, feeding himself and thinking, mental health plays a huge, huge part in what we see today in our country. And people from out of the country, even John said to me, he doesn't, from crime scene to courtroom, he doesn't understand, the whole thing with guns here and Second Amendment and that kind of stuff. I totally get it, but anybody who grew up here understands it. Second Amendment's almost impossible to take things away, almost impossible. So it just shows you that, you know, it's the U.S. is never going to be the U.K. where everything's banned. It's not. It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. It just will not happen. Anybody following the Nicola Bully case? Crime Scene the Courtroom's been covering that since the beginning. Check him out. I'm going to go on his channel, I think at 4 Eastern for a little bit. He's having a live. No. You talking about Keegan? No, he's not getting 20, 25. No. Nope. 10 at the max. I got to be honest. Because of his name, that's what he should get. Vince, if you look at other first offenders with the amount of charges like Keegan, some of them get nothing, which is horrifying because the people that they made contact with are forever changed, but they get nothing. They get a slap on the wrist. It's tough. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Got to see how it plays out, but no, he's not. I mean, you got people manslaughter. Their murder charge gets knocked down to manslaughter, and they get less than 20. He's not getting 20 for what he did. See Sam in the U.S. And I was talking about it yesterday in the chat, and when Sonny and Aspen were talking, it's just not prosecuted correctly in this country. It's not, and it could be that way in the world. I don't know, but it's not prosecuted correctly here. It's 9 p.m. UK time, so I believe it's 4 here, 4 Eastern. Because with the time change, I think it's 4 Eastern. Yeah, and I mean, it's just not prosecuted correctly, so it's a tough one. Hey, what's up, Bella? Hope you're doing well. It's been a bit. I've been missing in action. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. Second Amendment's not going anywhere. You're seeing even in Uvalde, that kid had mental illness, and there's mental illness, and those things are recipe for disaster. But when you have somebody logical on the other end with the same thing, the outcome shows you, like Tennessee. Tragic that 3 kids lost their lives, 2 teachers, and the custodian, Big Mike. He seemed like he was loved by all at that school. Tragic, very tragic. Yeah, it is. It is more than that. I mean, I just don't like when politics is pulled into everything in this country. It's divide and conquer. It was like that with 2020 when that pandemic happened. There's always divide and conquer. It doesn't do anything for anybody. Doesn't help anybody. It's terrible. It really is. It's terrible. But that's just the way it goes. How do I turn notifications off on this? Gotta figure that out. This is the way. This is the way. I don't know if anybody watches that show. It's great. Talking about Mandalorian. Good show. He does not show up on time. No, he doesn't. Yeah, so I'm not gonna. I don't. If it's 5 p.m., I'm not gonna make it. I won't be home. I'll tell John though. It's terrible, you know, and it could be just the way it's written. It could be the way it's looked at. I don't know, you know, but it isn't processed right. It's not prosecuted right. It's not. How do I turn this down? Where is that coming from? I got something beeping, and I don't know where it's coming from. What the hell is that? I don't know. Well, um, they were kind of enabling him. That's different than what happened in Tennessee. They had no idea that she had any. They thought she had one that was sold. They didn't know that she was stockpiling weapons. And her friend spoke on the news, I guess yesterday, I think it was, and she said that she went to middle school with her. She's interacted with her, and I think it was up until a year ago that um, she was turning transgender to a male, identifying as a male. Not really 100% on that, but just as a kid, she was tomboyish. Supposedly, she was a sweet kid. Mental illness, man, it's real. Do I think they should be? When you're enabling your child and that happens, yeah, you know, I do think it's much different than if you're a legal owner of them and a kid breaks in and takes one out, that's looking to do some harm, then no, it's case by case, like anything else. It's case by case. No problem, D. We're here. Oh, so the school should have checked his bag. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Uh, those it's hit and miss with that. Sometimes just possession, you get the hammer dropped on you because you have other prior felonies, and other times you get nothing. It's there's never anything that's cut and dry. It's just the way it is. Just the way it is. Why the hell is this beeping right now? Do you guys hear a beep, or is it just me? If I just hear it, then I'm fine with it. Stop. You didn't watch it. You didn't watch anybody do it. Did you help out? I can't see you just sitting there watching as somebody tried to change their tire. Supposedly she had maps. She went to that school. Oh, good. You can't hear the beep. Fine. No, I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. What evidence do you guys think she was going to show them? Maps. I'm sure she had a lot to say on what she was looking to do. No, they're not talking. They're not talking about Tennessee. You're talking about they were talking about the parents on the other case. Yeah, on the Crumbly case. But it's very sad. I know people like, oh, thoughts and prayers or nothing. It's not about that. It's not the time when it happens. It's you got politicians coming out. Oh, we got to ban this, and it's not, you're talking about a moot point because it's not going to happen. So why are we dividing people on something that's not going to go through? It's just not. Mental health has to be taken more seriously. I mean, I've seen people at the end where if we didn't get there, they weren't going to be here anymore seconds later. And they look right through you. There's nothing in their eyes. It's like it's just it's an experience unless you've seen it, you don't understand. It's like they're here but they're not. So when somebody gets to that level, there's not, you need intervention. You need help. You need someone to talk to. That's what you need. Not the nonsense that divides this country that's been going on for the last decade. Yeah. Yep. It's true. She did digital. She did. We don't know the whole contents, but it'll be released quick. Once the FBI is done with their report, they're going to release it. And look how quick the body cam came out. Bang! It's out. Here it is. Here it is. They did a great job because that could have got worse. She had the high ground. She was firing from an elevated position. You know, where was the training? Because she had some kind of training to be doing that. No, they're not hard. Not a hard firearm to learn how to shoot, but she seemed like she was in a tactical position firing out the window. Oh, without a doubt. I mean, listen, like anything else, things were missed, but should have never got to that point. You know, that's the problem that we should never get to that point. How many are stopped because of a family member or something else that was able to do it? Yes, we did. I mean, it's since Columbine that we've had active shooter training. Since Columbine, you go in, and it didn't matter if you were the first one there and nobody else is there yet, and you hear that sound, you're going in, and that's you're stopping the threat. And I know people watching that body cam were bothered that I think it's off camera, you don't see, but somebody's laying there, and they say one down, but you can't stop to help that person. You have to continue and stop the threat. That's the way it is. Your entire job is to get and stop the threat, and then the medical staff could come in and help that person. It's tough. It's terrible. It really is. It's tragic, but mental health is important. And what was their family? I, I don't even know what's right to call her, him. I think she wanted to be called to him, so him. I don't know. It's tough. That stuff. Because somebody put out a video that they were misgendering the person. I don't know, because the way law enforcement announced was a her. So I don't know. That one's a tough one, and I'm not saying it to be rude. It's just a tough one. I don't know what to call her because I don't know what is the proper. I agree with you. You should. You definitely should because people need to know the signs of it because this could have been prevented. You know, it could have been prevented. There could have been something seen. Why why did she reach out to somebody that she hasn't spoken to in a while and tell her what was going to happen? You know, I think it was Fox 59. I got to look. I have. Let me see. I have it open here. Or is it WTHR? It might have been WTHR that has it. Oh, you got to see him. He is a mess. What a mess. We the people talked about it since Carter said tentacles, and I've always said it. Probably two to five suspects, depending on the role. And I still don't think Richard Allen is the lone killer, lone wolf killer. I just don't see it. Do not see it. He would have been charged outright murder, 2 counts, if he was the lone killer. Yep, I hear you, bud. But she was born a female. She was born a female. Born a coward. Listen, that stuff bothers me. It's disturbing. I just don't get it. I don't understand the infatuation with that's where you want to go. I want to go down to my old and do. I just don't. It doesn't make sense to me. But that's the times we're in. You know. Yeah, that's important stuff. It's very important to you see something off, you got to handle it. You have to. Jody, I do. Um, and even more confusing was last week's Carroll County special meeting where McClellan spoke about they're behind on the discovery. They got millions of pages to print. They don't have enough staff. He used the word mistrial 5 times. It was a very weird meeting. He was just insinuating that they don't want to do anything wrong on their end to cause a mistrial, but they're behind on everything. It's very odd. It really is. So I mean, this makes more sense to me that the DA's office was the one that's been dragging their feet for years. That's probably why Robert Ives left. I don't think it's just law enforcement. I think the DA's office has a lot to do with it too. Jeez, stuff that's tough. And listen, you did the best thing, to keep your kids safe. It's tough. It's never easy. It's never easy having to, you know, y- go against what you think is right, what you know is right. It's a fine line. I don't believe Blue Pearl. I don't believe Stevenson's murders will ever be connected to Delphi. I just think the detectives that were working the Stevenson case, thought they had something that lined up, but it doesn't. Oh, that's right, Digital. I didn't say hi, Digital, but I read your comment. Hi, Digital. What's up, Ruckus? I hope you're well. Michelle, I hear you. I totally hear you. I just don't know what. I don't know anything about the person that did that. You know, and I'm not doing it to be a jerk. I'm going by what law enforcement said. So no problem. It is worrisome. It doesn't it doesn't make a lot of sense when you think about it. It really doesn't. Very odd, to be honest. He got his raise, right? Shane Evans got his raise. They made a new position, but the person that they were supposed to hire didn't take it, so they moved the secretary to the higher position. So now they have an opening at secretary who's supposed to be making the copies, but they don't have anybody making the copies. So they're not working on getting discovery to Richard Allen's defense team. Plus, they made a comment that, oh, hundreds of people are going to testify on their side. 100, even just 100. What the hell is 100 people testifying for? It's this case is even more wild than we could ever imagine. It just is. It's scary. We the people, if you've been watching me since I've been saying it, then you know who I feel is involved. you know exactly who I feel is involved. Um, that's awesome. Well, and helps others. Yeah, that's amazing that she helps others. That's great. It's great. Never easy. I'm not a Yankee fan, Mark. I'm a Met fan. Thought you knew this. Mets won yesterday. Let's go Mets. I don't like the Yankees. Never did. Never did. I worked in the Bronx, had to deal with all the Yankee fans, and I'm from New York. Everybody's a Yankee fan, but being in the Bronx, big pain in the ass. I don't like the Yankees at all. Met Derek Jeter. I met a lot of the guys there. I'm just not a big Yankee fan. Never was. I don't think it's just that he's in over his head. Where is that? Yeah, right. Ron Logan. Ron Logan had not. Still, will say he had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Angel Bear, they're, as of now, Anthony Schott's only contacted Libby. I don't think that has anything to do with the 100 people that are going to testify, and I want to know what they're testifying to. You know, it's uh, it's crazy. It's just very strange case. No problem, Michelle. That Tennessee thing is tough because could it have been avoided? It probably could have. You know, why wasn't there a combo with the parents? Like, I'm not feeling well, or I'm not feeling myself, or something like that. Just doesn't, marshmallow, clickbait, bye. All right. See you later. I don't know what is clickbaity here. We're talking about Delphi. What's clickbaity? Strange. Some people are just strange. Some people just come here to complain. Not happy. You could go. No problem. Angel Bear, I'm happy you're here. Listen on. I will mail you the bill. Mail it. Yeah, 100 people. It's wacky. I don't. Why are we even talking about that? It's just like he got his $5,000. Sorry, but he didn't need a $5,000 raise to try this case. I think it's ridiculous. You know, I think it's totally ridiculous. But they gave it to him. They gave him everything he asked for, and now he's got an open position for the photocopier, and that's not filled. It doesn't make sense. But it shows us, why there's been so much miscommunication for over the years. It does. It gives us a front row seat of what the hell's really going on there. Oh, I understand that. It's just, why is he it's like he's making the town board, the county board, feel feel threatened by using the word mistrial. You never want to say that. There's no reason to say that, but he's laying it on there. Well, I think they have to copy everything so they could send the file. I guess they don't have everything digitally. I have no idea. He didn't elaborate on that, but it is a weird one. It is a weird one. Hey, Grandma. Hope you're doing well. She changed it back to come hang out here. She wanted me to know who she was. Digital True. He has a special prosecutor to fill in for him, on the times when he can't be around. He already set that in motion. But I don't know. It's a very strange. The whole thing's strange. It really is all strange. I've never seen anything like this. Just looking from the outside, it's like this wouldn't happen in New York. It just wouldn't. You know, they wouldn't allow the district attorney to ask for more money. But this is a small county, so I get it. But like, oh, his lawyer's getting unlimited money, making $100 an hour. We're only making, I think, Nick's calculated salary, I think it was like 85 an hour or something, 84 an hour. Now he's getting 80, I want to say 87 an hour now. I figured out a month ago when he asked for the raise. So I forget what it was, but I did calculate it out. Oh, it's very surprising. It's just surprising that he's saying all this in open public, where we're hearing it. It's that's what's surprising, that it's getting to that point. Yeah, I get it, but it's what's being out there putting, it's what's being put out there to the public, we're able to see this. So the families are seeing this. It just doesn't look like everything is lined up, you know? Mrs. Thang, what's up? Sometimes you gotta remove the bell and then re-add it, because that happens to me sometimes too, where I don't get, notified, which is annoying when you think about it. It is annoying. Oh, I know, she's tough. You need that though. You need somebody to be tough, and she was. You need somebody that's gonna stand up to it and just say, "Listen, this is what it is." Just joined. If King's Court did, do you think he might not be involved? I still think that Keegan had a role to play. I don't think that Keegan, was talking to Libby on the morning of, and then some weirdo decided to go hang out in the woods and wait for the opportune, person or two to walk by and then hunt them and kill them. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see. It just doesn't. It just the percentage of that is so low. I just don't see it. Help Gart, what's up? I don't know, and I think a lot of that comes down to look at the disaster we're seeing. Thank you for the super sticker. Very much appreciated. That is awesome. Thanks for supporting. Yes, but that's because you were probably drinking. When it gets late and you're on for a few hours, you start to drink and things go haywire. So strange reading the point for me that a lot of it is actually blue. I don't know what to say anymore. It's, it's a case that's captivated many because of how weird it is. There are just so many unknowns and so many strange things attached to it. I don't know what to say anymore. Yep, a lot of mystery, a lot of mystery, a lot of wackiness, a lot of everything. As you've seen, I haven't covered it much because what is there to say about Richard Allen? There isn't much to say about him. There's not much to talk about there, you know? I just don't see him as the lone killer, "Oh, I was looking at a stock. I just don't see it. You had Keegan looking up the Marathon gas station that morning. Why? Too many pieces do not fit for me, and they haven't fit since Richard Allen was arrested. Many things that are crazy. Many things that are crazy with that. Hey, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Jackie, I mean, there's a of course, I mean, this case is very strange, and we still don't know half of it. We know parts of it. We know the beginning. The girls were walking on the trail. We know the ending. We don't know anything in between that. We know that Rich Allen was the bridge guy. And he wasn't charged with just 2 counts of murder. Remember that. The way he's charged, there's more to the charge. There's more to it all. Public art. I think that you could be on the right track with some of that. Oh, thanks, Mrs. Thang. Appreciate that. Hey, growing crazy. Yeah, I know. A bunch of people said no notification. I don't know. Maybe it's because I haven't been on in a while. YouTube decided not to notify anybody. That would suck, but we'll get back on track this week coming up. Yeah, Aspen. He's sucking those beers down. Sucks those beers down when it's late at night. Sonny keeps him on for like 8 hours, so he's got to do something. Well, I don't think Alan's a patsy in any way. I just don't think that he was the beginning, middle, and end of that. I just have a very hard time believing any of it. You know, leave the name on that bottom ticker right now still has a part to play. Well, I think that you have law enforcement feeling one way, right? You have Carroll County feeling one way. You have state police talking to the prosecutor's office feeling one way. You have the FBI talking to the prosecutor's office feeling one way. You had three different one ways, and the prosecutor's office like, I'm not touching this. There's a lot. There's a lot to this whole case. There is. There's a lot to this whole case. I don't know if it's just a much bigger fish, as in a very powerful person. You got to remember something. There are a lot of shit bags in this world, and some of these pieces of garbage will never rat the other person out. When you think how crazy that is, but some of them, it's an absolute honor code. All phone searches and changing dates. Oh yeah. You're talking about Keegan. I mean, that's besides the point. Guy made believe he lived in Las Vegas. He was hiding in his Indiana home, Peru, Indiana home, making believe he was living in Vegas. There's a lot there. There's a lot there with him. Oh, I don't think they missed the tip. I think that they didn't feel he had anything to do with it. Mhm. No, let's talk about. Hold on one second. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry, I had to just correct something I just read. Jody, I'm glad you got notified. It seems like not everybody did. Because let's just say, how many times has Keegan been spoken to? And how many times was Keegan told, you do right and we will take care of you? And he didn't want to talk. He didn't want to talk. He pled guilty to all charges on CSAM. All charges. Yeah, you could hope that it's 95% of a good case. You could hope that. I hope it too. Uh, it's just when I listen to the DA talk now at these meetings, it's just like, what the hell is going on over there? RA was not charged. Richard Allen was not charged with outright murder. I'll have to pull. I'll pull the charge up and read it to you. It's in my old videos right after he was arrested. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Let's see what I gotta pull it up. 1 second. That's what I should have pulled up. I pulled up articles on Keegan and Richard, but wait, let me pull it up. Give me 1 second. You'll understand what I mean. I'm getting fallen by. I always fall behind the chat. Apologize. Always do. So he's charged with section two counts. Kills another human being while committing or attempting to commit arson, burglary, child molesting, consumer product tampering, criminal deviant conduct before its repeal, kidnapping, RAPE, robbery, human trafficking, promotion of human labor trafficking, promotion of human sexual trafficking, promotion of child sexual trafficking, promotion of sexual trafficking of a younger child, sexual trafficking, or carjacking before its repeal. So another crime, and then a murder happens. You get what I mean? I know, Ruckus. I just the whole Richard Allen thing. There's just not much there to beat it with a dead horse because I still feel that he isn't the lone wolf. I just don't see it. Yeah, well, yeah, in not so many terms, you could put it that way. Could happen, man. Sometimes when I come on there. Oh, you missed Mal Gears in the beginning. You just see her. She was right here with her ball, like attacking me. Because once I start talking, she thinks I'm talking to her, but ignoring her. So she was barking at me, trying to get my attention. So if you go to the beginning, you'll see her. I had to let her go sleep for a little bit. The real investigators here, well, ISP are not they're not the owners of the case, though. It's Carroll County. That's the problem. It's you know, I, I've worked on cases where I've had counties, I've had state, I've had DEA, I've had the FBI involved, all on the same case, my case, and it was a battle. You know, each angle, everybody's playing a different angle of the case and what they think, and they try and there's a lot of control in that where they're trying to control where you head towards. It's not easy. So I do feel in the beginning there was a lot of push around on Carroll County to head towards Ron Logan, and I do think that that did waste a lot of time. Said it before, I'll say it again. I think that that's what wasted a lot of time. A person knows what they would do to the level that they snatched. Yeah, true, but it's just there's an honor code with criminals, especially really bad ones. And some of them don't care. Jail doesn't matter. Prison doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter to them. What matters is the code. Well, I think he was the lead detective on it, so he handles he wrote the PCA. That's normal. Kiki was used after met by people stage scenes. What's the point of that? Let's just say he's involved, right? Why wouldn't he be at the scene prior, waiting for them to be led there? Very hard for one person to control two people. I also think that's why the bullet ended up, the unspent bullet ended up between the girls because I feel like that handgun was handed to somebody else, and they racked it, in order to give to put fear in them, not knowing that that was going to eject around. I'm glad you received an alert. It's weird that not everybody did. It could be that I haven't been on in a while. The algorithm's weird. Yeah, but I think there's more to that. Did kill a human while committing, yeah, but I do think there's more than that. I think there's gonna be more. Person knowingly or intentionally kills another human being, kills another human while committing or attempting to commit. Good. Yeah, but I do also think that some other pieces of that subdivision could play into it. I believe he's BG. Well, yeah, I do think that he is a bridge guy. He does fit the size and everything. It looks like him. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate that. It does look like him. Michelle, charged related to kidnapping, not the murder. Yeah, I agree. Get those likes up. Come on, let's get those likes up. And I could tell by the views that not everybody got notified, which is fine. We'll get more next week, Tuesday. I'm fine with everybody that's here. Appreciate everybody being here. You are welcome, Michelle. No problem. Still very skeptical about the prosecutor tended to be in felony murders and he didn't physically kill, and after several of those cases returned their appeals. Yeah, but remember that everything's still wide open. They're still working on it. You know, they're still working on. Nothing's complete on this case, which is strange. There's so many strange pieces to this. It's a freaking head scratcher. Well, I don't know the exact motive because sometimes sometimes motive is just a confusing element of it. I think that it happened because they weren't listening. You know, those girls looked like they were very smart. They weren't stupid. You know, and they weren't following what was being said, and that led to what happened. And then they tried to cover it up in a way by staging it to look like something it wasn't. What do you mean by just feel it's bigger? What does that mean? This is big because you know time. I feel time was lost because they couldn't agree. They aimed at Ron Logan, and that just backfired in their face. That's why FBI had nothing to do with the press conference for Richard Allen's arrest. Carroll County and state police probably don't want them there. Um, there's a lot of weird shit. Uh, Jody, I don't know. I think that that's going to get destroyed at court. You know, an unspent round being ejected. It's a tough one to prove. It's a tough one. It really is. It's not the same. It's not the same as a round being shot out of the out of the barrel and getting the striation marks. It's something that's going to be definitely destroyed at court along with the witnesses. I feel that they're going to get remember the PCA and Richard Allen is very selective. We don't know how detailed the witness statements are. It's hard being a witness that when you were a youth and they're gonna take a beating up on the stand by the defense. Good night, Michelle. Get some rest. Yeah, I'm not huge on April Fool's jokes either. I get that. You know, I had friends that thought it was like the greatest thing in the world growing up, and I just think it's stupid. But it could be my birthday's 4 days after that, so it's kind of like I just want to get to my birthday. When I was a kid, I always felt like there was a big party the day before alcohol, drugs. But regard, I mean, listen, you never know. You never know. Um, I don't see Shane Evans running in the same circles as Garrett Kurtz, even though their age and stuff like that at the time. But that doesn't mean it's wrong. I don't know. You know, Steffa, 100%. I agree with that. Thanks, Babs. Appreciate it. I know it's been a while since I've been on. It's like I gotta make sure I'm on. Gonna make sure I come on and hang with everybody today. Yeah, send me an email. Analysis of a crime with CD at Gmail. Anytime. We could definitely do it. Sounds cool. Sounds cool. I could truly believe there was an accomplice there, but be wrong too. I just, I'm telling you, I don't see Richard Allen deciding like, oh, I'm gonna go here today, right? And I'm gonna go look at the fish until I see, one girl or two girls that I might want to kill today. And then you have that morning, you have this fat slob in Peru on his phone under a fake name contacting Libby. And oh, I got old text messages. I guess because I haven't used a computer since I've been away, I have old text message coming like popping up notifications, and it's throwing me off. Throwing me off. It's like they're just updating, and they keep sometimes beeping. And you have this slob in Peru that there's a fight going on in the house of who's signing into the Anthony shots on two different devices. But that Anthony Shots is in contact with Libby. So was there one lone wolf, Richard Allen? Then you have Keegan searching for the Marathon gas station. It just doesn't add up to me that Richard Allen's the only guy there. It just doesn't. Said it the morning of the press conference for his arrest. It's not the time. What did Carter say? It's not the time now to. I forget what he said, but he was basically saying like it's not over. It's not over. There's no finality. It's not over. We're not done yet. They were hell bent on Logan because his alibi crumbled, which is fine. But then once you do the search warrant, once you basically write out that search warrant as he's the killer, right? Because that's in the public domain now. That's gonna come up at Richard Allen's trial. They're gonna have a copy of that, and they're gonna go, they're gonna put that into evidence. That look, the FBI thought it was Ron Logan. This was on Ron Logan's property. My client doesn't even know this man. You know what I'm saying? There's just so many things there that that I don't know. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. It really is a disaster. Carter obviously knows it's bigger than Allen. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100% with you. I'm down to do it with Ruckus. It sounds like a good time. No problem, Michelle. Get some rest. Sounds late over there. Yeah, they're gonna destroy that. They are. They're gonna destroy that. It's just what's gonna come. The witnesses are gonna get destroyed because there was a lot of selective wording that was put in there. You know that always happens though. But I do think that there's more. I mean, you had a man who was wearing all black. Where is that person? That's a separate person, Richard Allen. Where is that person? You know what I'm saying? There's another person that was described by a witness. There's just too much there that bothers me. Hey, Polly. Yeah, no problem. Oh, Phil, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks so much. Oh, that is cruel. That's cruel. You're gonna. I hope you let it go the whole day. You're gonna ruin his day if you do that. You know, him thinking that his mom's gonna be when he's going to eat lunch in the cafeteria, his mother's gonna be there. He's gonna be horrified. Yeah, but I mean, the Murdoch case is much different than this case. Much different. Well, the Ron Logan's the affidavit tells you flat out that they didn't put up a fight. I don't think they did. You know, I know. ob- I don't know how true it is what the searchers saw. You know, you got to remember something, especially with stabbings and stuff like that. I mean, blood gets everywhere. I mean, it does, and it could look like. the person put up fights, but you don't know until the autopsy's done. But I don't know. I mean, look what we know from Idaho with that one girl put up a fight. We know it was probably Zana. You know, she was awake, so she was able to. She was able to fight. But guns being pointed at you with knives out too, it's kind of hard. Yeah, I mean, that's just a middle America, kind of looking outfit, right? Oh, 100%. I mean, there's a lot that connects multiple people together. It's just nobody wants to talk about it right now, which is fine. So that's why I kind of laid low off of Delphi. And believe me, I got a lot of emails. Why am I not talking about Delphi? It's just Richard Allen. Just he's arrested. What else is there? We don't know. We know a little bit about him. We don't know a lot extra. Nobody in his family is going to talk. Guy seems kind of like reclusive, even though he's out with his wife. But he wasn't out there, talking. Wasn't telling his life story to people. He was hiding within. You know. I mean, listen, there's a lot. I don't think Richard Allen is being charged because he stumbled on the crime. I don't think that's it. I do think that he's got deviant ways to him, but I don't think that he was there by himself. Yeah, it's not that day. That's right. It's not that day. That's how we said because of the DA's office. Because you know, how hard did it take to budge them to get the search warrant to go into Richard Allen's house? You know, they've had his stuff for 5.5 years. Well, I don't think that. Oh, yeah, we had a. You heard 6 days before the search warrant at Richard Allen's house. You heard Liggett say, "I'm the only one working on this case full time. I'm the only one." So I don't believe that some random detective cop whatever was looking over old notes and stumbled. Oh, this guy was there, and Tony Liggett doesn't remember that. I don't see that as being factual. I just don't. I just don't see it. You know. I don't want anybody looking at my case file that doesn't know what the hell's going on, and just like some random guy's going to be looking at my case file and like, oh, do you remember this? I just don't see it. I don't see it personally. There's another murder in Carroll County. Or I know all about Flora. I have the documents from the Flora case. There's more coming from that. Meow does a great job covering Flora. She got demonetized for it. Who knows, whose feathers she ruffled, but she got demonetized last week for it. But we're gonna do some Flora stuff. I'm gonna have her come on one day too. She's very close with the girl's mom. That's a tough case. It's a tough case, but I think that developments are coming. She's been pushing on law enforcement, which is a good thing. Oh, absolutely. Richard Allen's attorney is going to bring up the search warrant at Ron Logan's, and I'm sure he'll bring up the Maxwell one too. Steph, I'm with you. There's a lot of wackiness that comes with this case. A lot of wackiness. Somebody in black and somebody in the attire that Bridge guy was in is two different looks. This is broad daylight. Think of a blue jacket compared to a black jacket, black pants. Remember, black pants. I think it's a separate person. Hey, hey, what's up, Cold Truth? I know I've been missing in action. Been busy, crazy busy with the family. Just got back from Florida celebrating the wife's 40th birthday. There was 17 of us total down there. It was pretty crazy, you know. A lot of minds wanted to go in different directions, but we did everything. Where the kids wanted to go is where we went, and that's it. Walked a ton of miles, beaten up, hot as hell down there. I don't know, anybody that lives in Florida, I commend you for sitting at those lights for 7 minutes before they change, because here in New York, that does not fly. We are not waiting 7 minutes for a light to change. An adult, you're 18 and over as an adult, so I think that's tough. You know, it's tough to say they're meaning somebody 40 or above. I think they're just meaning an adult. What connections to what, Ivy? Yeah, maybe no, I'm not that behind on the chat. 151. I think that what Keegan was doing that day has a lot to do with what happened. That's why I haven't covered Delphi much. I just haven't. You mean, Stefan, do you mean that you think they're involved too, or you don't? Cold truth. I was actually I saw you on somebody's page, somebody's channel the other night. It was, I mean, like maybe last week. I was gonna write, and then something happened. My kid was flipping out over something, so I didn't get to say hi. But I saw you on somebody's page. Maybe it's Chris something. I forget who it was, but I saw you. Oh, this case is disturbing, not just it's disturbing what they saw. You know, I can only imagine. I've seen horrifying crime scenes, and I told you I saw. I mean, one of the worst. One of the worst was a guy who killed his mother and brother, and he destroyed his mother with a knife and shot his brother in the face with a shotgun, and then stuffed his brother like a pretzel into a freezer. I have no idea. So I've seen the crazy. I've seen some very crazy crime scenes, and how the saying that no crime scene is the same. It's not just a statement. It's just factual. They're all weird. They're just weird. You know, the killer does weird things. It's could be the guilt. I feel that guy was he had a lot of guilt after it was done. I sat with him for 12 hours just to watch him because he was out of his mind, and he was talking like they were still here. He didn't want to accept what he did. Duke, I think the PCA is very selective, and it's supposed to be. But I think there's, when those witnesses get on the stand, they're going to get crushed. And that's just what happens. Defense attorneys attack, and they attack credibility. True. That's true. You mean cocktail stream? You were too excited, so you couldn't even put an R in there. No, it's blue. Come on, it's blue. It's not black. You know it's black. I mean, it's blue. It's not black. On daylight. Still 16 grams. Let me tell you something. I test my kids when we go to the park and stuff. I test my kids on what they saw after we leave there, and you'll be surprised at how observant kids are. Very observant. My kids are on to shady people. It could be me because I just instill in them that you don't trust anybody. You don't trust anybody. You trust daddy. You trust mommy. You don't trust anybody else. You know. And they're just it's I'm not trying to make my kids paranoid. It's just I want them to know that there's bad people in this world. Oh, 100%. I need a vacation for the vacation. 100%. Definitely. Do you think the Super Bowl played a part in what happened? Well, think of the mask incident. I know people don't believe that that's true, but I believe it's true that somebody wanted to get somebody's phone. You know, everybody tries to make excuse for witness saying light blue jeans and jacket. Oh, and it's very weird. It is very weird, and people don't want to accept it. But there was somebody wearing all black. You can't confuse blue jeans with black pants. Come on, it's an impossibility. Yeah, I'm not one for the. I don't think the judge was involved in this. I know people do, and that's fine. Um, he was involved with other stuff that you know doesn't seem like a great person. I'll put it that way. Can't put past the thing. You can't put crazy things past people because you'll be surprised how big of deviants people are that you wouldn't expect. You wouldn't expect it, but it happens. Be the Stevens case, all of crimes mentioned. I think this must be murder. Yeah, you might be right on that. I think you are right on that. Oh no, Sean, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that crime scenes are very weird. They're weird because of the actions of the killer after they're done killing. They do weird shit. You wouldn't believe the crazy things they do. This guy stuffed his brother in a freezer, like an old 50s freezer, and basically snapped him in half to get his legs in. This was his brother. He loved his brother up until Thanksgiving morning when they had a conversation about the house. And the mother supposedly told this guy that she was leaving the house to the other brother. These were guys in their like 50s living with their mother still. Like weird. It was a weird, the whole thing is weird, you know. But strange guy. Strange guy. Yeah, public art. There's happens everywhere in America. There's weird parties going on. There's trafficking going on. We need to do more to protect our youth, and we fail. We fail kids every day. Kids are being failed. That's why I want my kids to know what is out there. You have to. If you would like to buy me a coffee, I would appreciate it. Love my coffees. Got two espressos in here slamming me in the face right now. Shauna, 100%. Walking to your car, walking in a place. I never sit with my back turned to a door. That's just the cop. That's just the cop in me. I just don't. Never do I sit. What's it doing? Never do I sit with my back to the door. Never. I want to know who's coming in. I want to know, what the hell's going on in a restaurant when I'm in there. I like to see what everybody's doing because you never know. You never know what somebody's capable of. You ever see the video where you watch the kids bouncing the basketball and then the gorilla walks around them and then leaves the screen? Most people don't see that gorilla. That's tunnel vision. That's what tunnel vision is. And that's what in the police academy, they want to break that out of you, especially when you're in a high stress situation, that you don't go into tunnel vision. Because when you lock into something and you can't break that, bad things can happen to you. It's crazy when my stress goes up. I think my heart rate goes down, and that's just from my career. You know, oh, tell yeah, and I don't think you guys all know this. Was it? That'd be 5 weeks ago, 4.5, 5 weeks ago. I was putting my little guy down for a nap, and I just got him to sleep, and then I hear my wife screaming, and I come running out. My two oldest kids, they were fighting over over not playing Fortnite or something. And my daughter, who's 11, took her, she had a rubberized case around her iPad, but she decided to slam the iPad into my son's head, and we ended up in urgent care, and he had to get some staples. I mean, listen, she was devastated. She was punished for it. She knew she was wrong. She had no idea that was gonna happen. It hit him right. It just hit him in the wrong spot, and it just, the way I guess it slid, it broke his skin, and yeah, his head was wide open. That was a fun Sunday. So yeah, he had to get some staples. But yeah, that's the shit I'm dealing with over here. My kids fighting over who's playing for. I actually bought a PlayStation 5 a few weeks ago because I've been playing on a Nintendo Switch and it's just like way too small for me, man. I'm used to the TV, so I got a PlayStation 5 so I can play with them now. So now they got me playing Fortnite, and it's pretty funny. It's a lot of fun though. It's a lot of fun playing with your kids. I think when it said light blue. Big difference, Anna. You're right. It's a huge difference. All black is black. Think of black clothing. It is not blue. It just isn't. I only wear black jackets. I will never wear. I wore a blue jacket as a cop, but outside of work, never wear a blue jacket. I just didn't like it. I don't know. Just even though it was dark navy, it just I like black. Even my motorcycle jacket was black leather. Awesome, Ruckus. I will. I'll email you back later. You're the one that also puts rug or something over something. He wrapped his mother in a rug. I don't know if you're talking to me or not, but it's wacky. He stuffed his mother in the tub in a rug. Yep, he was a freaking weirdo. What a weirdo! I was like, "Mom, mommy," and the brothers, they're going to be so mad at me. I'm like, that's doubtful. That's down. They're not coming back, buddy. Not coming back. Yeah, people are crazy. Oh, 100%. My wife I mean, she's known since we were dating. Like, she knows where she has to sit at the table. You have to. I need to see. There's no way because she's not. She could give a shit who's coming in and out of a restaurant. She could care less. She's like, they have lobster here. She does. She's not looking around. That's it's a depending on what she went through, it could be totally nothing like what she saw. And that's probably due to the trauma. Everybody should be that way. Everybody, you have to know your surroundings. We're in 2023. The there's crazy shit going on. You need to know who the hell is coming in and out of the place you're in. Don't be the person that doesn't know what's going on. That just doesn't end well. Uh, Public art, it's like anything else. You know, it's not the country. To be honest, it's mental illness. Mental illness needs to be at the forefront of America. It needs to be talked about more. It needs to be, the dialogue needs to be open more. That's why this stuff is going on. If you go to the beginning, you'll hear me talk about Tennessee. Those cops, amazing. They did everything right. The pats on the back as they're pushing through the doors, letting them know I got your back. I'm behind you. Amazing job. Anna, I'm telling you that those witness statements are going to get destroyed. Yeah, but I don't, I when I was a teenager, both my parents worked. My mom didn't work until like, she did work, but didn't work late until I was like in middle school. And my grandmother was home back then, and she was like my second mom. But I know what you mean, that both parents at work and, gotta make time for your kids. You have to make time for your kids. Doesn't matter what's going on in your own head and stuff. Your kids are your kids. Take care of your kids. Oh, Shauna, yeah, it was bad. Oh, it was bad. He was opened up pretty good, you know, 4 staples in his noggin. Yeah, you know, that's some mental issues there too, knowing that your dad's just in the freezer because you're getting a monthly check is pretty effed up too, you know? But yeah, this wasn't, because, somebody passed of natural causes. He waited, I wanna say it was like 10 hours after he killed his mom for the brother to get home from work, and as soon as he opened the door, bang, blasted him right in the face with a shotgun. Not a, not a great scene. Not a great scene, and he wanted to shoot us as we arrived too. He had one in his waistband, but he liked, one of the responding guy's voices. He didn't like the other guy, but he liked one of the guy's voices. So he didn't. So he actually made believe he was taking them upstairs. They were in the basement, but he was heading upstairs. And as he turned, they saw it and they tackled him. But that could end it bad. That could end it bad. It was only a welfare check at the door. So, that happens every day. It's just a call that happens all the time. Can you check on somebody? We haven't heard from them. And, most of the time it's nothing. And this time it was real. Yeah, I don't think, I believe he's bridge guy. I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem's gonna be that they don't have enough to feel that he, is the killer. Sean, how do you get them to stop fighting? That's the question. I'm still trying to figure that out. That my kids can fight over anything. They could be fine 1 second, and the next second, it's just like, "Guys, you're relentless." They were doing it in the amusement parks. I'm like, "Are you guys kidding me? Are you kidding me right now?" But that's just the way it is. They just love to battle each other. It's nuts. 1 second. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He, yeah, I think that, he was so calm about everything he was doing that, you know, it was just another day for him in a sense. Wasn't a big deal. To him, it wasn't a big deal. I mean, I've interviewed people that, they could eat a sandwich after killing you. It just didn't matter. Why did she get Social Security payments for both kids? I thought it was only for the one child that was disabled. Hey, Mustang. You probably didn't get the notification either, I'm sure. A lot of people didn't. It's okay. It's gotta be the algo, but, probably for Tuesday's live, it should go through. Yeah, but remember, Anna, one thing about, Richard Allen, right? They were working on him, the week before when, Tony Liggett was, going against the other guy for sheriff. And Liggett basically said, I'm the only guy full time. I'm doing the best that I can. He was very defensive about it. So I think it wasn't. it wasn't the law enforcement side. It's to me, a lot of it's coming from a lot of it's coming from the prosecution, from the DA's office. A lot of issues there. If you watch, was it Debbie Lowe is her name? She records all the Carroll County meetings. Very important to listen to her, to her tapings. They're important. They're on YouTube. Check her out. Yeah, but what's going to be in the car, from 5.5 years ago, Aspen? You know, unless there were blood droplets, you never know. I don't know. When you listen to McLeod speak at those meetings, I don't know. What do you think? How much do you think they have? How much do you think they have? The guy's talking about mistrial like it's a cookie. You know? Yeah, she is. She's awesome. And I know you were talking about her camera angles. They are interesting. You get Nick McClelland's pocket for a while. But what are you gonna do? I mean, she's making she's doing what they aren't. They're not recording it themselves and publishing them. So at least she's putting them out there. It's great. I don't know if they're even. Let's just say it is him, right? I don't think side by side it's going to sound exactly the same anyway. You have too many physical and natural factors in the background. You have the air, you have the ground, him walking. You have the distance between them. It's so hard to mimic to get it perfect. Yeah, I guess eventually. I mean, they're friends when they want to be. It's bizarre. That's all I could say. They kill each other. They fight over who's going to play with the little guy. It's like, guys, you're relentless. Let it up. Oh, it would be impossible to explain, but who knows? I get it. I mean, it would be amazing to have an open and shut case. I just don't see it as going to be factual. Rose, I know a lot of people didn't get notified, but that's okay. It's the YouTube algorithm. Maybe go on the channel and click, notifications off and back on. I mean, a lot of times I don't get notified for other people's channel lives either. It's weird. It's very weird. I know he's stuck on the cat hair. I don't know. I don't know. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. Iceman was feeling also. Yeah. Oh, Iceman was a killer, man. He didn't give a crap. That's what I'm saying. It's like some of these guys, it doesn't matter to them. It's like work. Just work. They do not care. Others, it's hard. Rose, I hope so. I hope it's anything but the unspent round because I just don't see that being that great evidence. If they had DNA on it, different story. If they had Richard Allen's DNA on the unspent rounds, that's different. Yeah, you know, very small sample size. It's too many. There's too many factors involved with that. Ground disturbance, wind, distance, everything else, and everything else. And who knows if he was trying to disguise his voice? It's a tough one. Yeah, Camaro, it's sad that we even have to do that, but we do. You know, it all comes down to that in any kind of high stress situation, life or death, anything. You want your kid to be able to react and not freeze. It's tough. We're in a tough day and age now. We really are. Tough day and age. Are you talking about the big cats? Yeah, I know that they say one was buried in the backyard. Stop it, Ron Logan. Come on, Polly. We know Ron Logan wasn't involved. They went through everything on March 17th, 2017. They went through everything possible and they found nothing. Zero. Zilch. There's nothing there. Yeah, please subscribe. It's important. Hit that bell because I want you guys to get notified when we're going live. What if our clothing was found during a search and the excuses I found it at the trails? I mean, you never know. You never know. I don't want to hear about the problem with that is it could be from anywhere. Yeah, I mean, my dog sheds all day long, you know? She leaves a trail of it when we go when she's running around, I'm sure it's coming off and, somebody walking on that grass is picking it up and bringing it in their house, you know? There's also been cases that have happened before where somebody has gotten a garbage from a barber shop or hair salon, and they've, thrown that into the crime scene. And, think about that. That's just a disaster. That is a disaster. Carrying jackets, sweaters, hoodies the girls may have had were extras to girls' car. Question would be aware of the jacket bin. Who had it? Of course, of course. Who else was in the car? Who sat on them? Who touched them? You know, touch DNA. That puts another whole pool of people in it. It's this case is not as cut and dry. Just not. My daughter just got back from a cruise. Told me about a strange man that approached them. Then she noticed him following them the next day. The first scared. Yeah, that's great that she was paying attention because I'm sure that that guy wasn't a good person. And especially on cruises, they try and drug young girls. You know, oh, let me buy you a drink, and they try and roof you. Oh, you're gonna walk your friend back to her room. Scary stuff. Scary stuff. I think only a couple names were redacted from Kohlberg's PCA. Yeah, I mean, yeah, think about that. 100. Think about how many people's hairs you cut in a year. It's a lot more than 100. You know, there's been people that have done that. You know, I think mafia used that years ago too. In in the I guess '90s. Throwing barbershop hair into a crime scene. That's like that's a DNA bomb. That's what that is. Um, Sean, it could be possible. It could be possible. DNA would be even better. It would be, I mean, it would be just as good. A solid fingerprint would be good, not a partial. But I thought there was one. I thought there was one or two spots that had a redacted name. Thought so. I forget though. It's a lot of pages. So almost at the 2 hour mark. What do you guys want to talk about before we shut it down? Sorry. Just responded to my kid because she has soccer practice today. Had three shitting dogs, bunch of cats, kill a mass. Can't commit crime because I leave too much animal hair behind. Yeah, you have to. It's horrible, but you have to. Your kid has to be aware. You don't want them to be an easy target because these these pieces of shit target the ones that aren't paying attention, that are just walking around, locked in their phone, not paying attention to what's going on. You know, yeah, I think there's a couple spots, not a lot, but there's a couple spots. I mean, not a big deal, really not. Well, because you got to think about it. Not everybody's fingerprints are in the system. Mine are. You know, all cops, their prints are, in a system. All teachers are on the state systems. You know, firearm licenses. Whenever you got to get printed, they're in the system forever. Now that they're computerized, but other than that, you know, not everybody's been printed before. Criminals with records that are, crimes that. Will we ever officially tell us what happened to the girls? No, they haven't. No, they haven't. And we know there was a knife involved from Ron Logan's search warrant, but we don't know. We don't know everything. Yeah, but Jessica, at least you're getting most of it. That's important. You're paying attention. The whole thing is you don't want to just be in the clouds and not know what the hell's happening around you, because you know when somebody's looking to take advantage of somebody, they're looking for somebody they deem weak. That's not looking around, that doesn't know what the hell's going on. Of course, of course, with two sets of boot shoe print, of course. And the element of the physical drop at the end of the bridge. Most kids don't know how bad things can get and how fast. Most adults don't either, though, when you think about it. If you think about, even a fender bender car accident, think about how fast that happens. It is like that, you know? You can't, sometimes you can't even respond at all. True. Very true, Rose. Very true. And if you asked for a speedy trial, it would have been a disaster because they can't get all the documents filed for discovery. I don't think they did mine back in it was the 80s, I guess, there, right? I think it was the 80s when I went through it, and they didn't fingerprint us, I don't believe. I don't remember. Long time ago. I didn't know Chaotic was not feeling well. I hope she gets better. The official timeline. I mean, we have the timeline the from Richard Allen's probable cause affidavit, if that's what you mean. We don't have a definitive time. We don't have exact times of everything. No. Depends on what actually happened on where the girls were found, which we don't know. Well, we know where they were found. They were found where they were murdered, and they were not in the water. We know that, but people still keep going with the water. I don't really get it, but that's just the way this YouTube community is. People are weird, and they like to just spread shit. Delphi Simmons compared to the Stevenson murders, yeah, but I don't believe they are connected at all. I don't know. I mean, listen, every state's different, and I don't know if they print now in there. I don't know if parents would allow that, to be filed and stuff. You know, people are people don't want anything on file. Especially if they're kids. I know there's like New York State at fairs. I think they'll take like two fingers of your kid for like a God forbid, like a kidnapping card or something. But a lot of parents don't want that. All right, we're at 2 hours. I got kids coming in 30 minutes, and I got to get my kids' stuff out for soccer practice. So a couple more minutes, and we're going to end today's live. And Tuesday, we'll be back on. And Wednesday's my birthday. What do you think of that? Be 44. Pretty crazy. Yeah, Rose, I think Dare started in the 80s. I think it was the 80s. Well, yeah, I mean, he even told somebody in law enforcement, you know, he just went on with his life. Possibly, Aspen, you know, maybe one of those bad kids that were in the back of the old K cars. Yeah, this community is wild. It's a bunch of crazy people, you know. They love talking about that water, the water, the water. Oh, God, get over yourself. I mean, yeah, you could go with that. You can go with that. That's times. All right, everybody. We're going to shut her down today, and we'll be back Tuesday. Thanks all for being here. Let me know what do you want to talk about on Tuesday. Do you want to talk about Idaho? Do you want to talk about Delphi? Do you want to nickel bully? Whatever you want. We'll do it all. We'll mix them up. Maybe Aspen will come on and hang out Tuesday if he's not too busy. He likes to say 12:30. He's busy. I think he's sacking out. I think he's sacking out on us. Yes. Good. Have a great weekend. I thought, and Crime Scene, the courtroom is going to be live today at 5 p.m. Eastern. I believe Sonny and Adam are going to be on there. Alexa's going to be on there. I was going to go, but it's going to be too late for me, but I'll hang out in the chat. So, Crime Scene to Courtroom, live stream 5 p.m. Eastern. Thanks, everybody.